Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be reading more from the Pokemon Deluxe Essential Handbook. Last time we finished on page 73. So let's go ahead and flip there. Okay, 73. Yeah, so this is the page that we had finished reading all the Pokemon. And now, we're going to be starting here. So the first one that we're going to start with is a ghost type Pokemon, and it is Cavalier. Cavalier resembles a coffin covered in solid gold. Stories say that when would-be thieves approach, it opens its lid and traps them inside. Combusken are always in search of honey, which they bring to their Vespuccian leader. They cluster together to sleep in a formation that resembles a hive. Combusken. Combusken runs through meadows and up mountains to strengthen its legs. It can deliver kicks at high speed and with crushing power. Down here, Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr spin their concrete pillars to attack. It's said that long ago people first learned about concrete from these Pokemon. Corphish. Corphish aren't picky about what they eat or where they live. Because of this, their numbers have increased substantially. Corsola. Corsola prefers warm water and migrates south when it gets cold. When the sun hits their branches just right, they sparkle in many colors. Cottony. When threatened, it releases cotton from its body to act as a decoy while it escapes. When several Cottonys stick together, they resemble a cloud drifting through the sky. Cradily. After evolving, Cradily leaves its rock and wanders freely to find food among the bottom of the sea. It can also anchor its body to withstand rough seas. Granitos. Granitos lived in the ancient jungle and cleared its path by headbutting trees to make them fall down. It was restored from a fossil. Croagunk. Croagunk doesn't tolerate company, and if other Pokemon enters its territory, it's in for a battle. The only time Croagunk isn't itching for a fight is just after it sheds its shell, when its soft body is vulnerable. And we have a legendary Pokemon over here, a lunar Pokemon, Cresselia. The glimmering particles that trail from Cresselia's wings resemble a veil. This legendary Pokemon, which brings happy dreams, is said to be a symbol of the crescent moon. Croagunk. Croagunk produces its distinctive croak sound by inflating the poison sacs in its cheeks. The sound often startles an opponent so it can get in a poisonous jab. We have Crobat. Crobat's 4 wings cut through the air with barely a sound. If it's been flying a long way, it starts alternating wings, flapping with one pair and letting the other pair rest. Croconaw. Each of Croconaw's fangs end up in a barb that resembles a fishhook. When it grips a foe in its fearsome jaws, escape is nearly impossible. Crustle. Because Crustle carries a heavy slab of rock everywhere it goes, its legs are extremely strong. Battles between them are determined by whose rock breaks first. Croagunk. Croagunk's crystalline structure is made of ice formed in snow clouds. With its long chains of ice crystals, it unleashes a freezing attack. Cupchew. Even a healthy Cupchew always has a runny nose. Its sniffles power its freezing attacks. Cubone. When Cubone looks at the full moon, it often sees an image of its lost mother. Its tears leave stains on the skull it wears. Oh, that's sad. Cyndaquil. The protective flames on the Cyndaquil's back are an indicator of its mood. A sputtering fire means it's tired, while anger makes the flames burn high and hot. We have another Pokemon. This time it's a mythical Pokemon. It is Darkrai. Darkrai defends its territory by sending intruders into a deep sleep, where they are tormented by terrible nightmares. Tamanna Tan. Fueled by its internal fire, Tamanna Tan can throw a punch hard enough to destroy a dump truck. To recover from a serious battle, it turns to stone so it can meditate undisturbed. Darumaka. Darumaka tucks its hands and feet into its body to sleep, but its internal fire still burns at searing temperatures. Long ago, people used its intense body heat to warm themselves. Dedenne. Dedenne uses its whiskers like antennae to communicate over long distances using electrical waves. It can soak up electricity through its tail. Deerling. Deerling's fur changes with the seasons. Shifts in temperature and humidity affect the color and even the scent of its fur. Dino. Dino can't see, so they explore their surroundings by biting and crashing into things. Because of this, they are often covered in cuts and scratches. Delcatty. Delcatty lives according to its own whims, eating and sleeping as the mood strikes it. If awakened by another Pokemon, it moves elsewhere to continue its nap. Delibird. With Delibird's help, a famous climber was able to summit the tallest mountain in the world. This Pokemon always stores extra food in its rolled-up tail and shares it with travelers. Delphox. This mystical Delphox uses a flaming branch as a focus for its psychic visions. When it gazes into the fire, it can see the future. Deoxys. From the crystal on its chest, Deoxys can shoot out laser beams. This highly intelligent Pokemon came into being when a virus mutated during a fall from space. Dugong. Long ago, a sailor saw Dugong taking a nap on the ice and thought it was a mermaid. It sleeps best in the bitter cold. Woot. Woot must undergo discipline training to master the flowing techniques it uses when wielding its two Scalchips in battle. And then up here we have Dialga. It is said that Dialga can control time and with its mighty roar. In ancient times it was revered as a legend. Another mythical. Tianzi. According to myth, when Croagunk suddenly transforms into Tianzi, its dazzling appearance is the most beautiful sight in existence. It has the power to compress carbon from the atmosphere, forming diamonds between its hands. And here's its mega version. We had Diggersby. Diggersby can use their ears like excavators to move heavy boulders. Construction workers like having them around. Diglett. Farmers love having Diglett around. As these Pokemon burrow through the ground, they leave the soil in perfect condition for planting. Ditto. Ditto can alter the structure of its cells to change its shape. This works best if it has an example to copy. If it tries to copy another shape from memory, it sometimes gets things wrong. Dotrio. Dotrio has 3 heads, 3 hearts, and 3 sets of lungs. It can keep watch in all directions and run a long way without getting tired. Doduo. While one of Doduo's heads sleeps, the other stays alert to watch for danger. Its brains are identical. Fanfan curls up in a ball to attack with a high-speed rolling tackle. Such an attack can knock down a house. Deplate. The two swords that make up Deplate's body fight together in intricate slashing patterns that bewilder even accomplished swordsmen. Dragalge. Toxic and territorial, Dragalge defend their homes from anything that enters. Even large ships aren't safe from their poison. Dragonair. Dragonair's internal energy can be charged from special crystals on its body. Apparently, when this happens, it can change the local weather. Dragonite. Dragonite can fly around the whole world in less than a day. It lives far out at sea and comes to the aid of wrecked ships. Drapion. Drapion's strong arms could tear a car into scrap metal. The claws on its arms and tail are extremely toxic. Dratini. As Dratini grows, it is constantly in mold, shedding its skin to accommodate the life energy that builds up within it. Drifblim. During the day, Drifblim tends to be sleepy. They take flight at dusk, but since they can't control their direction, they'll drift away wherever the wind blows them. Drifloon. Known as the single post for wandering spirits, Drifloon itself was formed by spirits. It prefers humid weather and is happiest when it's floating through damp air. Drillbur. Drillbur bores through the ground by bringing its claws together to form a sharp point and rotating its entire body. In this way, it can travel around underground as fast as 30 miles per hour. Drowsy. Ever wake up with an itchy nose? It might be because a drowsy was lurking nearby, trying to draw out your dreams. Druddigon. Druddigon can't move if it gets too cold, so it soaks up the sun with its wings. It can navigate tight caves at a brisk pace. Ducklet. Skilled swimmers, ducklet dive underwater in search of delicious peat moss. When enemies approach, they kick up water with their wings to cover their retreat. Ductrio. When it comes to digging, Ductrio knows that 3 heads are better than 1. The triplets think alike and work together. Dunsparce. Dunsparce uses its tail like a drill to dig a burrow, scooting backward into the tunnel. Its underground nest is like a maze. Duozen. Duozen brain is divided in 2. so sometimes it tries to do two different things at the same time. When the brains are thinking together, Duozen's psychic power is at its strongest. Durant. The heavily armored Durant works together to keep attackers away from their colony. Durant and Heatmore are natural enemies. Dusclops. There is no escape for anything absorbed into the hollow body of Dusclops. When it waves its hand and focuses its single eye, it can entrance a foe to do its will. Dusknoir. Dusknoir senses signals from the spirit world with the antenna on its head. The signals tell it to guide lost spirits and sometimes people. Duskull. Parents sometimes threaten misbehaving children with a visit from Duskull. It can pass through walls in pursuit of its target, but gives up the chase at sunrise. Dustox. City lights attract Dustox in swarms. This is unfortunate because their wings scatter poisonous dust, and their feeding habits quickly strip trees bare. Dwebble. Using a special liquid from its mouth, Dwebble hollows out a rock to use as its shell. It becomes very anxious without a proper rock. Electric. Electric wraps its long body around its opponent and gives off a paralyzing electric shock. From the round markings on its sides, its appetite is quite large. Electros. With their gaping sucker mouths, electrically charged fangs, and long arms that allow them to crawl up on land, Electros are dangerous opponents. Eevee. The amazingly adaptive Eevee can evolve into many different Pokemon depending on its environment. This allows it to withstand harsh conditions. Ekans. When Ekans rests, it coils its long body up into a spiral. In this position, it can quickly raise its head to challenge a foe. Electabuzz. During thunderstorms, Electabuzz climb to high places, hoping to be struck by lightning. Because they can absorb the bolt safely, they sometimes act as lightning rods. Electivire. Electricity crackles between Electivire's horns and the tips of its tails. When it forms a circuit with its tails, its opponent receives a powerful shock. Electrike. Electrike's long fur stores up static electricity when it runs at blinding speed. It can use this electricity to charge up its leg muscles and run even faster. Electrode. Electrode feeds by absorbing electricity, often from power plants or lightning storms. If it heats too much at once, it explodes. Electrode. Electrode tries to avoid touching metal because doing so discharges the electricity it stores inside its body. If this happens, it spins its arms to charge up again. LGM. It's said LGM were first discovered in the desert after a UFO crashed there 50 years ago. Their psychic power can compress an opponent's brain and cause terrible headaches. Emboar. With a fiery beard that covers its chin, Emboar can set its fist ablaze and throw flaming punches. Its battle moves are speedy and powerful. Emolga. When Emolga stretches out its limbs, the embrace connecting them spreads like a cape and allows it to glide through the air. It makes its abode high in the trees. Empoleon. With the sharp edges of its wings, Empoleon can slash through drifting ice as it swims faster than a speeding boat. The length of its trident-like horns indicate its power. Entei, the legendary Pokemon. People say that Entei came into being when a volcano erupted. This legendary Pokemon carries the heat of magma in its fiery heart. Cavalier. The stolen Shelmet shell protects Cavalier's body like armor. It uses its double lances to attack. Espeon. When Espeon finds its trainer worthy, its loyalty knows no bounds. It apparently learned to predict danger so it could keep its trainer safe. Esper. Esper emits powerful psychic energy from organs in its ears. It has to fold its ears down to keep the power contained. Excadrill. Excadrill live several hundred feet underground, where they use their strong claws to dig out nests and tunnels. Sometimes that causes big trouble for subway systems. Execute. The 6 eggs that make up Execute's body spin around a common center. When the eggs begin to crack, this Pokemon is ready to evolve. Executor. A tropical Pokemon, Executor has 3 heads that keep growing when they get enough sun. Execute are thought to form from the fallen heads of Executor. Exploud. When Exploud takes a deep breath through the tubes that cover its body, watch out. It's about to unleash a thunderous blow that will shake the ground around it. Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd always carries its trusty plant stock. Sometimes 2 of them will fight over a superior stock. Fearow. Fearow's long, thin beak is the perfect tool for digging up food from the dirt or catching it in the water. Phoebus. Phoebus isn't much to look at, but its hardy nature and persistent survival instinct let it live in any aquatic environment. Fennekin. Searing heat radiates from Fennekin's large ears to keep opponents at a distance. It often snacks on twigs to gain energy. Feraligatr uses its gaping maw as an intimidation tactic. Its powerful legs propel it into a high-speed charge. Ferroseed. Ferroseed uses their spikes to cling to cave ceilings and absorb iron. They can also shoot those spikes to cover their escape when enemies approach. And I actually think for now I'm going to end this video here on page 122. Go ahead and close this. I hope you found this video relaxing and enjoyed looking at more of these Pokemon with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.